Hey y'all, it's your girl Kayla from Kayla the Holistic Muse, and I am here today with another cooking demo video where I will be meal prepping a few meals for the week. It's gonna be some breakfast dishes and some dinner dishes. So one of the dishes is going to be like this. It's gonna be like tofu and rice, but kind of like Asian style. I want to have like some squash, some zucchini, and some rice. So like a tofu dish, rice, squash, zucchini. It's gonna be like Chinese or like Asian style, whatever we call it. And then my other dish is going to be a Bolognese. So it's gonna be basically like vegan spaghetti. And I'm gonna be using lentils in that dish. That's gonna be the star of the show. Perfect to have with any like side salad. And as far as my breakfast dishes, I'm going to be showing you guys how I make this smoothie that I really love. It's a blueberry smoothie. I'm also going to be cutting up some fruit and just meal prepping some fruit for the week so that I can kind of snack on that in the morning. So yeah, thank you for tapping in again, and let's get it. All right, so here we're just chopping up my mushrooms, getting them good and finely chopped. Then we're gonna go in and chop up some zucchini. Get it good and small. I love that. Then I go in and get my noodles cooking, get them boiling up. All right, so now I'm going in and cutting up my green bell pepper, getting it good and finely chopped, okay, period. Then we go in with the onion. We're gonna get that good and finely chopped. A lot of chopping. Pop, lock, and chopping. Pop, lock, and chopping. Yeah. Okay, then. Okay, we got it complete. Now we're gonna go in with the garlic. We're gonna split that up because we finna roast it up. Yo. So here I am preparing to roast my garlic. I am getting it all set, putting some olive oil on it. We're gonna roast it at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and just do it until it's like soft, to where you can put like a fork through it, and that gets it good and roasted. I'm gonna set them to the side. Now I'm going to make the meatballs. Sorry, y'all. Okay, so I'm gonna be making the meatballs for this recipe, which requires chickpeas and a few other ingredients. But basically, you put the ingredients in the blender, mix it all together, combine it, and then throw it in the oven. So now for the meatballs, which are going to be made out of a chickpeas base, and I'm gonna have to use an egg to hold everything together because I do not have any flaxseed. So if you want to make this vegan and use no eggs, you would use flaxseed as a substitute. And you want to use something like breadcrumbs. I think I'm going to use croutons. You want to use something dry, and seasonings. And you're going to put it all in a blender. Get whatever agent you're going to be using to get everything to stick together. And you're going to make them into meatballs and place them in the oven for as long as you desire. I made my meatballs. I thought I was doing it on camera and I realized I was not recording, so whatever. Here are the meatballs. Either way, kind of different sizes. You know, I kind of played with it, but I did preheat my oven to 350, so I'm gonna be putting these in the oven. And then, like I said, I'm just gonna fry them on the stove after I take them out of the oven, because I like them being a little like a little crispy, Anyway, I did want to have a discussion with y'all. I was talking while I was literally making my meatballs, only to realize that I was not recording. So, I was having a conversation about people, okay? Because sauteing my veggies, so I'm just gonna put them in the pan until my lentils cook. Yeah. So, like I was saying, if you feel like you're not willing to change for an individual or change your expectations for an individual, then that's when boundaries come in handy. Like, that's when boundaries become necessary. You just need to start thinking about implementing boundaries, and boundaries really just look like you deciding how you are going to like kind of deal with an individual. Boundaries are for yourself. Boundaries are protection for yourself. So like, for instance, if someone is constantly, if you have a friend who gossips about everybody's business, like, you need to expect that they're gossiping about your business too. So a boundary with that person might look like you telling them less of your business, or like you could put a time boundary with that individual and say like, I'm gonna give this person less of my time because like they drain me when they gossip about people. Or, you know, even setting a boundary and saying like, hey, like I don't want to talk about this. Like when we have our conversations, let's keep it upbeat, let's keep it positive. So different things you could put in place if you're not willing to you know, change for a person, or if you're not willing to allow if you're not willing to let go of a relationship. Because a lot of times it doesn't like, we don't have to cut people off or like let go of the entire relationship. A lot of times what's just needed is boundaries and like an adjustment of our boundaries. All right, we're seasoning the sauteing. Well, we're seasoning my veggies before they saute. I'm using some salt. So yeah, like I was saying before, like if you feel like an individual moves in a way that doesn't align with you and your values, but you still have the relationship with them that you don't want to let go of, that's when boundaries come into play. And boundaries can be however firm or loose you want them to be. You get to choose, and you also get to like be fluid with your boundaries and like have higher boundaries at some point, or have firmer boundaries at some point, and then like loosen those boundaries. And you have the opportunity to do that, to try to see how it plays out. And like at some point you could be met with like a pleasant surprise of like seeing that a person really like does, when you let that boundary down a little bit, you see they able to match you on your level. So that's why it's really good to be flexible with your boundaries. Like, be willing to adjust them as you go. All right. We're going to saute the veggies. We got the lentils boiling. Okay. And then we're gonna add the lentils to the veggies, add some sauce. I like to have my spaghetti separate. So like, for instance, like I like my noodles separate from the spaghetti. So, and then when my meatballs are done, my chickpea meatballs are done, I'm gonna add those to the mixture. And the dish will be so complete and it's gonna be so good.
Is to actually apply more empathy.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
My lentils are done.
Even when you meet the people who don't have it together.
Yeah. Got my garlic. It smells so good. Just take it out of the oven. I'm gonna put it in here. Throw it in the mix. I'm gonna throw in my crushed tomatoes. Grab my salt. Alright, then I just go in on have my stove on a low heat setting and just mix and stir, add a little more seasoning, get the flavors to come out. They're not bad, y'all. Just crispy, gold color. Ouch, burn my fucking finger. And then I'm going to fry them up like I said. I did want to add some cumin to them also. So.
Definitely, yeah. Something too that I
So my spaghetti is done. Y'all see my meatball? I got my meatball in here. The meatball apart, but it's okay. Okay guys, it's really so phenomenal. One thing I will say, make sure to use cumin in your meatballs. And make sure you're really seasoning your Bolognese sauce, like just really like, I didn't show on camera, but I really kept going, like kept adding more seasoning, kept like went multiple rounds, maybe like 3 to 4 rounds of just seasoning until I could be able to taste it and taste all the seasonings. I'm like, okay, it's good now, because it's a lot of food. It's very thick, and I feel like it's easy for the seasonings to get lost in the food. So use as much seasoning as you need to bring the taste to surface. I feel like it tastes as good as you want it to taste. So here I am pouring my coconut aminos. I'm adding some ginger, add some garlic powder. Add some agave. And then I give it a nice mix. Add my all-purpose flour just to thicken the mixture up. Get it thick than a bowl of oatmeal. Yeah, that's what it looks like, the final result, y'all. And then I cut my tofu up into, well, no, I'm cutting up my garlic here, actually. Chop up my garlic, add that to the mix. Give it a nice little swirl, boom. Now we're gonna cut up the tofu. Make sure you press your tofu out to get it as dry as possible. Tofu stores a lot of liquid. And then I cut it up into squares and saute it so that I can really marinate it in the flavors. Yeah. Get it all wet. And then you're just gonna put it on the stove. Then we cutting up our veggies, cut up the broccoli, cut up the onion, cut up your zucchini, your squash. And then you're going to saute all that good stuff, y'all. Okay, so I'm going another round with the seasonings. We want to season our veggies, get it good and flavored. And then we're going to go in with that mixture we made, some more of that we made to saute the, to marinate the tofu. And you're going to go over it with that as well. And it's just going to add so much flavor. Saute the veggies up and cook your meal. I cooked my my rice on the rice cooker while I was filming.
Bro, and it's literally not even picking up. And I don't even like zucchini, but this is very nutritious, delicious. Mmm.
We've come to the end of the road, y'all. So the last thing I will be making is this smoothie. I'm also gonna cut up my fruits to meal prep. And that's gonna be it, y'all. So yeah, I'm gonna show you how I make this blueberry smoothie. I love this smoothie so much. It's so good and it's so filling and thick. So I hope you enjoy. Forever, you and I. All right, these are my oats. I use rolled oats. And this is what we're gonna start with. We're gonna start with some oats. I'm gonna put these in my blender. Mind you, I'm using a big serving. You kind of have to gauge the amount you want to make. I'm using a lot because this is gonna last multiple days for me and my grandma. Okay. It's a lot. So then you put them in the blender and you grind them down to get it into a powder substance. These are my grounded oats. Grounded, yeah. All right, then you're gonna need a banana. Now, typically I would just use one banana, but since this is gonna be 2 servings, well, for 2 different days, I'm gonna use 2. These are small bananas. And I'm also gonna add probably a little agave because my bananas are not yet ripe, so they're gonna be a little bitter. And typically the banana is what sweetens this smoothie up, but they're not gonna be as sweet because of the condition that they're in. Because like I said, this is gonna be a lot of smoothie. It's very thick. And a nice amount of that. Then for the blueberries, you want to use about half a cup of blueberries. Then I'm gonna use about 4 tablespoons of peanut butter. Almond milk. Now, because this is so much smoothie, I'm probably gonna use about 4 cups. This is a very thick smoothie, so the more liquid, the better. If you don't like thick smoothies, if you like the thick consistency, then you know, do your thing. I'm gonna blend this up. All right, y'all. This is the smoothie. I'm gonna show you guys it in the morning when I drink it. Hey guys, I finished preparing my fruits for the week. And I just like to have I take like little portions of this every morning, and I eat it. I like to start my day off with fruit. I took a class with Queen Afua, the legendary woman, mother of womb wellness, and she emphasized how important it is to start the day off with raw fruit, and it just energizes me. I don't know. So that completes my video this week, and I want to thank you guys as always for tapping in with me. I'm Kayla of Kayla the Holistic Muse, and I am just here to help y'all live y'all's best lives holistically by taking on a diet that nourishes your body, your spirit, and your mind. Okay, I want you to feel good, I want you to feel energized, but I also want your taste buds to be satisfied. So that's my intent for this here channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Send to your friends, share, send to your family, please. And thank you guys for tapping in. I love y'all so much for even watching this video, tapping in with me this week. And blessings be with y'all. See y'all next time.